Today's guests, Arkansas Razorback offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino and defensive line coach Deke Adams, are presented by C.R. Crawford Construction. This podcast is powered by Lindsey and Associates.
Well, let's bring on offensive coordinator Coach Bobby Petrino from the University of Arkansas. Coach, welcome to the show. Welcome to the clinic.
Good morning, guys. It's great to be here.
But talk to us a little bit. We got 1,100 coaches here. You kind of were one of the first guys when you were head coach here, kind of getting this thing started, and you've seen it grow. Talk to us a little bit about looking forward to the clinic this weekend and all the relationships and all the ball it's fixed to get taught.
Boy, it certainly has grown, and I remember the first clinic I ever went to way back in Great Falls, Montana. So it's always been fun for me to come and learn and listen to different speakers, and we get to be here now and do a little breakout session tonight, and then I get to speak tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Well, talk to us a little bit about this. Is about your talk. You come here to talk every year, X's and O's. And one thing, I've got a funny story and I got to tell you about. Back when you were at Louisville, back with VHS tapes, I used to put it in and tape every game of you guys. And when you came to Arkansas as a coach, I was so excited. I go, I've been waiting to follow this guy around because you do so much good stuff on offense. What's your talk going to be about? Are you certain plays, more fundamentals?
I'm going to talk tomorrow about our option game, what we do in the zone read game, and then some play action off of it. So my dad will be happy about it as he's watching from up above. But my mom will say that's the first time you ever spoke about the run game at a clinic. So I don't know. I asked a couple of our young coaches what they would want to hear, and they told me that, so I'm taking the advice from them.
I understand. Bray, go ahead.
Well, that's my question, Coach. For a young coach, for a guy who's an analyst, a GA, what are the things that you look for in those coaches? Things that you expect if you were hiring a GA or an analyst today? What do you want from that coach?
Yeah, I think basically they need to have the ability to come in and learn, and then want to, understand what it is we're asking for you to do and what, our system is. And that's the biggest thing for a young coach is come in with a eagerness to please the head coach and learn what they're asking you to do. Don't think you got all the answers. Because nobody has all the answers. I think the number one thing about coaching is you can learn something new every day.
Yeah. And I guess my follow-up question is, when I was a GA, the GAs were the signalers, and you had the signs on everything on the sideline. How has that changed and evolved, especially lately with the new rules with the radio?
Yeah, now they have the, we call the plays into the quarterback, and if we huddle, that's great, and we don't have to signal. But when you want to roll it and go faster and huddle or not huddle, you still have to signal certain things into some of the receivers. Yeah. Usually we have to take care of the running backs, sure. Make sure between the signaler or the quarterback telling them what to do. Mm-hmm. And then the quarterback takes care of the offensive line. So yeah. It is a lot better with the earplug in the quarterback. Yeah.
That's my last question. Coming back to Northwest Arkansas, where's the spot to eat dinner? Where are you at? Where are we going to find you on a Tuesday night having dinner?
I'm not going to make anybody mad, so I try to rotate. I just try to rotate and keep everybody happy. So
that's a great answer.
That's my job now.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, you got your quarterback back next year, obviously, and everybody talks about your offense. There's so much better that second year around. Talk to us a little bit about the growth and where you see the offense. You got a lot of new players coming in, things like everybody else in America is advancing that offense to make it even better than what it was last year.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have another year with Taylor Green. He came in last year. Everything was brand new to him. Not only what we were doing offensively, but seeing the speed and movement of the defenses in this defensive conference. It's unbelievable, And I thought he handled it well. He's a tremendous competitor. He does a great job of preparing each week for the game and understanding what it is we want to do. I thought he had some really big games that helped us win. And then he had some games where he learned a lot. And he's a hard worker. He's calling me all the time, wants to meet extra, wants to do this. And he's learning a lot. I think you'll see him excel and get a lot better.
Coach, what is the biggest difference you've seen from your first tour of the SEC in Arkansas as to now? What is the difference?
Well, this transfer portal and the NIL and all that has made life a little bit different. You never know who you're going to play against next year, and guys transferring around and playing for different teams. It's concerning to me because I think we're going to have a culture here in about 10 years where we see some guys fail. Used to be about, football is about teaching you skills for life and what you do in life after football. Stick to it, hard work, teammate, be a great teammate. You can overcome obstacles. You can fight through it. We had plenty of guys that played for us that, didn't play their first 2 years and played some their third year and then excelled their fourth and fifth year and were drafted highly. Now those guys, we're teaching them the grass is greener somewhere else and just quit and go in the portal. And that's concerning to me of what's going to happen 10 years from now.
Well, let me ask you this about this guy right here. Could you get him to do what you want him to do? I mean, do we have to have some conversations with him sometimes or anything like that?
No, Trey was very, very coachable. That was the greatest thing about him. It was a battle in recruiting to get him.
Oh, yeah.
He had a lot of options to go there, and he has a big heart for the state of Arkansas, so we were able to keep him at home. But he's one of the good ones. He's easy to coach. He's very coachable and wanted to do what we asked him to do.
Quick, I'll follow up on that. I never obviously told you this story, but we might as well now, I guess. It was a mat drill. My freshman year, graduated early. I was 17 in the winter or the spring, and we had a mat drill one morning. And I walk out there, and I had 2 left cleats. And I sit there, and we're getting in stretch lines. I put my cleat on. I realized I got 2 left cleats on. And at that point, I'm not going to go in there and change them. And we're warming up. It's go time. That entire mat drill, 2 left cleats. And, so as far as coachable goes, I definitely learned a lesson there and adjusted. And I never forgot it. You always check your shoes before you jump into a mat drill.
Well, we did always have the guard tell him what to do.
Yeah, that is,
So we did have to do that.
Well, let me ask you a question. We don't even have to put this on there. And I've asked Bray this because I want to know this question for 100 years. Toss sweep in the boundary. You love toss sweep in the boundary, and we'll edit this and won't put it on there. Talk to me what you're looking for a little bit and why do you love it? And Bray's kind of gone through it with me.
Yeah, that's kind of an old play that we used to call it. What did we call it? Georgia or something like that?
Georgia and
so
Bruce.
What we were doing there is running it away from pressure.
Yeah.
The rules have kind of taken that play out a little bit because we could block down with the tackle, pull the guard, and cut the defensive end.
Yeah.
You no longer can do that. So it's kind of taken the play away. I wish it wouldn't have because we did have a lot of big plays on it.
Oh, yeah.
Even put Joe Adams back there at tailback for the first play of the second half.
Yeah.
So I love that play.
Well, I'd be sitting there when things get going. I go, toss sweep in the boundary, coach. You got it right. And then here to go, make 7 or 8. Just like a feel-good play that everybody has or, everybody has a play that when things get a little tough or they don't know where to go with it, they got it.
Yeah, that was a good one for us. That's for sure.
That's great. Well, Coach, we'll get you off here, man. We appreciate you coming on and enjoy the clinic. Look forward to you speaking.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Thank
Have
you,
a great
man.
day.
Offensive line coach Deke Adams, a big fan of the show. Had you on last year, man. Talk to us. Looks like just reading things, recruiting's been good for you this offseason.
It's been good. It's been good. It's different now.
Yeah.
Definitely different, but it's been good, man. I think we got a bunch of great kids, really good football players, really, really good football players, but I think even better kids. So we're excited about it.
Well, talk to us a little bit, defensively, y'all. I thought your bunch played as well as anybody all year long defensively.
Yeah.
Kept you in games, and y'all played real T. Will and the whole bunch, whole staff. I thought it was phenomenal all year long. Talk to us. I know you're getting new players. Everybody's building a roster. I tell people we're not building programs anymore. We're building rosters.
That's true.
And talk to us a little bit about still got some guys coming back, taking that next step and growing that defense, which y'all just put together a year or so.
Well, it was huge to have guys in the room like Landon Jackson and Eric Gregory and guys that Kiwi Rose who got it transferred in and just all those guys that came back with a lot of experience. the number one deal we talk about all the time in our room is we put the pressure on ourselves. We go defensively as the defensive line goes. And I felt like we did a good job. There were some times where we could have been better, which, you don't always look to improve. But those guys did a great job, man. And I tell you what, Coach T. Will, man, he does a phenomenal job with getting our kids ready and getting them motivated and all that. And we have a lot of self-motivated kids, but he's a great motivator. And working with a great staff, it's fun to be around these guys.
But just watching it all year, watching you guys improve is like your plan was so. I mean, you had protections nailed. You know, your cover, just the right calls at the right time, and just watching it from afar. I'm not in the meetings and that.
Right.
I mean, just point on, and then if it wasn't one, adjusted and made things, and just a phenomenal coaching job by you guys. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, it all starts with our coordinator. Like I said, T. Will does a great job of studying guys and planning guys, and there's a lot to go on behind the scenes that people don't know with our support guys and Coach Bright and Coach Green, who's not with us anymore, and Coach Trump and those guys. And I mean, they do a phenomenal job as well as far as the scouting throughout the week. But we sit down, man, we look at every phase, and we try to put our kids in the best position to be successful. And then at that point, we got to prepare them fundamentally, and then they have to go make the play.
Coach, we talked to Petrino earlier about this. I think it's a very important question that needs to be addressed, really by, I think, every staff member at the U of A. Where's the best spot to eat in Northwest Arkansas? Where are we going to find you on a Tuesday night? Where are you going?
I'm going to tell you this. My wife and I are a big fan of Fish City Grill.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it up there, man. And the owner, Brett, man, he does a great job. And it's just phenomenal, man. We love the place. And just being able to get out up in that area and just relax and get away sometimes. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now with the NIL, with the recruiting and everything, how often does that happen? Are you able to keep that time and just sneak away a little bit?
This year was a little different. It was a little different. I mean, we played on, I think, the 27th, and then we were back in the office on the 1st. With the NIL, not really the NIL, but the portal window and all that stuff. But when there's time, I'm going to always just, if people know me, they know Deke Adams is going to always make time for his family. Unfortunately, that time has been a little bit cut more so now. But family's still huge to me, and that's going to always be a big part of who I am.
Well, talk to us. Let's say the family. How's your son doing?
He's doing good. Sometimes you have to be careful what you pray for. We prayed for just him being in a great situation to develop and on all that. We thought that at some point maybe the Angels might trade him, but they released him, and he had multiple opportunities to go in other places, but he chose an organization that's kind of one of the best organizations in Major League Baseball for development. So he's with the Orioles right now. He left earlier this week, going down to I think Sarasota to get ready to start for spring training, and he's bought into the development for the long term. And on top of that, having a little boy. He and his wife, my daughter-in-law Hannah, had a little son on New Year's Day, and that's the crazy part about this thing too. New Year's Day, he was born at 1:30 in the morning, but I didn't get a chance to see him because of the portal and having kids on campus. Two days later, that's the family part that we were just talking about. But the minute I was able to get out of the office, I flew and got out there and spent as much time as I could with him, and so.
Well, that's awesome.
Yep.
Malcolm.
Well, Coach, I got two things for you. Against Tennessee, your defensive line, they played a great game. That was one of the best games of defensive line play I'd seen in a long time.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. And now that you're a grandfather, your life is going to change.
Well, I'm a grandfather times 2. Yep. My oldest son we have a 6-year-old granddaughter. And now I didn't have any girls, and now I know what I'm not a girl dad, I'm a girl granddad, but I do know that she can get whatever she wants.
Exactly. You do not have to discipline them.
That's right. Hey, we have fun, we enjoy things, we love her up, and then we send her home. That's the way it works, huh?
That's what my mom and dad said. That's the best way to be.
That's it.
Because they let my nephew and niece get by with things that they never would have let my sister and I get by.
Right.
Like going to Walmart, they'd say, can we buy this candy at the checkout? Oh, sure. If my sister and I ever tried anything like that, oh, no. Hey, can we have pizza tonight? Oh, yes.
Right,
my sister
right,
and I, can we have pizza? We can't afford
No,
pizza.
that can't get it, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Then we'll ask Coach Pitt when he gets on here. Is no, not staff changes.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see that much, especially in the SEC or college football. But not a lot of majors. I think you lost one guy.
Yep.
How important is that? And how big is that?
That's huge.
Oh.
It's huge in a lot of ways. Huge for our kids, understanding what the expectations are of the program, your individual room, every bit of that. But then it's huge for the staff camaraderie to say, okay, this is the direction we're moving in. We're trying to get this accomplished, and we're trying to do all these different things as a group. And it was big.
One of my last questions. You always talk about changing your room. What's something you want to improve on in your room this year? Yeah,
we've got to be able to develop more pressure with just 4 down and not have to bring pressure to get it. I felt like we did that a lot this year, but not to the liking of what I would like. I like to do it more consistent, and that'll be huge for us. And because like I said, every team now in college football, when you look at, I'll say 90% of college football teams, it's like a different team now every year. And so understanding the kids, developing the kids, and understanding what you're going against is going to be huge.
Well, it is. And y'all's schedule, it's difficult every year, but, let's talk about it. You got Memphis, Coach Field, man. They got it rolling on.
Yeah.
And then for the first time, and probably Brent, people our age, I never would have ever thought I'd see it, was Arkansas State. War Memorial Stadium.
Right.
That's going to be an interesting deal. And, talk to us a little bit about the schedule and how you get prepared for it.
Oh man, it's a doozy now. In this league, I don't care whether you're playing at home or you're on the road. It's a dogfight every day in this league. And then now you add Notre Dame coming to the big house, home, and then you got A. Now it's just, we go to Memphis. Like you were just saying. It's a tough schedule, but in this conference, this is what you live for. This is what you live for. You show up every day to work, say, hey, you know what? I'm trying to be the best. I'm trying to beat the best. And that's what our kids have bought into it. We're not going to shy down from anybody. We're going to line up. We're going to put the ball out, and we're going to play.
Well, and the piggyback off this is 2-part question. We'll get you off here. You got to get out and do.
I got to make a little bit.
Exactly. That's right. What are you going to speak on a little bit? I know you're doing little skills and drills part. What do you?
Well, tonight
what do you want to bring to the clinic a little bit?
Tonight is more of just chalk talk, just answering questions. Tomorrow, we're going to talk a little bit about, I've had a couple guys over the year call me and ask me about, okay, how do you guys do? A lot of people call it pup. Some people call it surf. Different things like that, slant movements. Hey, is there other ways of canceling out the A and the B gap, other than just pirating, different things like that. So we're going to talk about some of that tomorrow and then show a couple drills that can help. At least I think it help. They might be able to show me some things that can help me. So it'll be good.
Well, this is a phenomenal event. 1,100 coaches here. It's kind of become a regional clinic.
Right.
And you guys, your presence and the Arkansas staff is a big deal here. And we appreciate you coming here.
It's awesome, man. Great state. Always great to sit down and talk with you guys, man.
Well,
never a dull moment with you for sure.
Exactly. well, we appreciate you. Let you get back to your business.
All right,
thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.